Hey y'all, out at World of Wheels Chattanooga 2013, and anytime I get an opportunity to shoot one of these cars, I take it if it's nice. And most of them that you see, you don't see very many of them, but when you do see them, they're nice because people have restored them, and the rest of them are in the junkyard. You know, to be frank. But it's a 70 AMX. I just think they were very cool cars. AMX isn't around anymore, and anyways, like I said, when I get a chance to shoot one, I do. So, anyways, let me run the owner down, and we'll take a look at it.
Okay, hopefully
Doug, how are you, brother?
Fine. How you doing today?
Good. Tell me a little bit about this hot rod.
I've been into AMXs for like 42 years. I bought a brand new one in '69. Drove it a year and a half. Kid hit me broadside at a red light, totaled it out, totaled me out. Over the years, I've restored a couple of them. And when I built this car, I started in 1990. I decided to build a car I've always wanted. I built an outrageous hot rod with 650 horsepower and 4-speed. Automatics are for women. I'm sorry. And I have a lot of fun with this car. This car is my life. It's made me more friends, carried me more places. Just given me more adventures. I can't imagine my life without this car. And it's just a great car, and everybody loves this car. It's one of a kind. It's very rare. They don't make they don't. There's not that many of them. They only made 4,000 of the 70 cars anyway. This is 70 AMX. And when I built the engine, I built as much motor as I could build, and I built an even bigger motor at home now. So this is going to be even quicker. It's a quick car.
So you're getting ready to change the motor out in it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to. So
what motor did it start out as?
A 390.
390.
Yeah.
And then you stroked it to what, a 401?
Well, I blew that motor up, so I put a 401 in it, and the 401 is just a stroke version of a 390. Same block, same everything.
Right.
So still the same motor. It's just a bigger motor with a 13-to-1 compression, big cam, ported and polished heads, and a gutted out intake manifold with a Dominator carburetor, and it's a radical car. It sounds great.
I wish we could hear it start. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'm real proud of the way it sounds. It has the image that I wanted, and it really turned out to be a lot nicer car than I ever intended for it to be. I never knew that it would wind up this nicer car.
Right.
When I started working, I was just going to have a nice car. I didn't know I was going to wind up with a show car, you know.
That's how it starts. You think you're just going to build a nice street car, and next thing you know, a little more. Next thing you know, you got yourself a show car.
Yeah.
And is that, what kind of carburetor you're running there?
Well, it's called a Biggs carburetor. It's a guy up in Wisconsin. He built some really radical, really good carburetors. He built that carburetor to the motor. I gave him all the specs to the motor, and he built the carburetor to fit the motor, and it really runs great.
Yeah.
Throttle response is incredible with that carburetor. So even though it's a giant carburetor, it has throttle response like a small carburetor.
Right. Well, these cars don't weigh much, do they?
That what now?
They don't weigh much, do they?
No, about 3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So they're quick anyway. That's why I made them so quick back in the old days when I had a new one. I outrun everybody in Atlanta with it because it was a 394 speed and it weighed 3,000 pounds, and all the other cars weighed 3,600 pounds, 4,000 pounds, you know, and I just killed them.
Right.
And I killed them with a Rambler, and that made it even more fun.
I bet, yeah. They hated that.
Yeah.
No, that's sweet. Did you do all the work yourself on it?
Well, I did everything but painted. I got a guy in Atlanta that does this paint, and I had the seats recovered, and I had the roll cage put in it. But everything else I did by myself. I did it all by myself. Built the motor by myself, put it in by myself. I spent many hours sitting where them seats are, just doing something, you know. And
Right.
where the motor sits in the engine compartment, I must have sat in there for over a month, just cleaning the engine bay and getting it ready for paint, you know.
Now, have you relocated that motor, or is that in a stock position?
No, it's in the stock position, yeah. But I've spent many hours just sitting where that motor's at, just sanding and painting and polishing or whatever.
Sure.
So.
That's what it takes, though, right? A lot of elbow grease,
Oh yeah. But like I said, I never knew it would come out this nice, and
boy, it sure did.
yeah, it's been a great thing for me. It's my life now. I mean, I live for this car, and every weekend I have a great time with this car.
Right.
And I go to cruise-ins and shows every weekend with it, and I don't do that many local shows anymore because I got no place to put any more trophies. My whole basement is full of trophies.
Right.
You know, I mean, 4-foot trophies, big trophies. So well, the car's done well.
So it's not a trailer queen. You drive it.
Oh, I drive it every weekend.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna have a car if I can't drive it.
Right.
So it's a fun car.
Do you ever take it to the drag strip?
I did one time, and I'm going down the track 3 times in a row sideways, and I said, well,
you ain't getting nowhere.
It's too pretty a car. I built it to be a drag car.
Right.
And it came out so nice, so I just drive it on the street and have fun with it.
I got you. Boy, I'll tell you what, that is nice. I love these cars. There's this, like I said, you don't see them all the time. You hardly see them at all anymore.
Yeah.
You know. Now, was that panel down there, is that stock? That's awful nice.
What, this right here?
Yeah.
Well, it's a reproduction now. the ones that I had on there looked almost that good, but they were a little bit skinned up, and they came out with the reproductions that were just perfect.
Right.
So I just bought the reproductions just because they really add to the car. I mean, but they're the way they came from the factory.
Right.
They call it a false side exhaust. It looks like side exhaust.
It does look like that.
You could get side exhaust from AMC if you had a dealer installed.
Oh, really?
But everybody kept burning their legs on them and stuff.
Right.
They get hot, but and they look good on the cars. They just don't sound as good as the regular muffler system sounds. I got 3-chambered Flowmasters on here, and it's real loud with turn downs, and it's really loud.
Yeah.
And I had 2 chambers. My wife wouldn't let me bring the car home because it was so loud. They shook the whole house, so I had to put 3 chambers on it. But it's still real loud.
Wow. Man, that's a nice car, brother. Do you ever get to the Cleveland cruising?
No, that's a little far for me. I do shows in Florida. This may be my last year or two to be doing shows just because of what's fixing to happen to the price of gas and all that, with Obama and all that. So I don't know. But I do shows in Florida. There's a Mopar show down there called Mopars with Big Daddy, and they do it the 1st of November every year. And I've done that show like 10 or 11 years in a row. And Chrysler bought us out in '88, so they're my bastard stepdaddy is the way I look at it.
I got you.
And they have to invite us to the shows because they own us, So we have an AMC contingent in Florida. And I went down to that show in 2009, and I won Best of Show. It wasn't, I wouldn't say it was Best of Show. It was the Florida Mopar Association's Pick of the Show, which is equal to the Best of Show. They still had a Best of Show. They're not going to dare give an AMC Best of Show in a Mopar show. But it was their Pick of the Show, which was a real honor. And they're a bunch of good guys down there. So the car's done really well, and it does well here at the World of Wheels. It's never been defeated here. They've really put me in a class by myself because nobody wants me in their class.
Well, I see why, brother. That is a beautiful car, man.
Well, the first year I did the World of Wheels, they put me in a Corvette class, and I won it.
No kidding.
And I had a guy come over to me, and he had a Corvette, and he said, "Yeah, these cars here," talking about my car, they were so ugly, people either loved them or hated them, And I won his class, and boy, that tore him up.
I bet.
But they complained to the management, so then they put me in a Cobra class. Well, I had the next show, and I won that. And so they complained, so then they put me in a 2-seat sport car class, and I won that. And they complained, so now I think they probably just stick me in a class by myself because nobody wants me in their class. Well, I don't care. I just do the show for the fun of the show.
You got enough trophies, you say?
Oh, I'm going to start selling trophies on eBay because I got no place to put them.
I got you.
I've got a small house and a small basement.
Man, that is just a beautiful car. Yeah.
People can see how good this car looks, how good the lines of this car are,
Right.
One reason I bought an AMX is because of how good it looked. So now you get an idea of why I love these cars. When you open the hood, you just kill the lines of the car.
Oh, yeah. No, they're cool, man.
Yeah.
No, they're really cool. Like I say, you don't see many of them, but they're cool cars.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
But nobody's got one. That's what's
because
so
they all
much fun about
there wasn't
one.
Well, they're all, if they're not this nice, they're in a junkyard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're rusted out.
That Trans Am over there's a beautiful car. It's a great car, but there's a million of them.
Oh yeah.
And I've got one of the only ones.
Now, does the induction work in that hood?
Well, no, it did at one time. It had a functional ram air system in it.
Right.
But when you open the hood, it's all this plastic, looking, and it don't shine, And I just said, I want a shiny hood. So I just did it. The air goes in and goes to my air cleaner. But I took all that ram air stuff out just because it's really ugly. It works well, but it's ugly to me.
Right.
I wanted a shiny car, so I did away with it. And the bottom of my hood looks as good as the top of my hood. So, it's just a shiny car.
No, you did well, brother. I sure like it, man.
It looks as good underneath, too, as it does on top.
Yeah. Now we get a shot of that in that mirror.
Yeah, I was trying to. Can you see that? Can you get it?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. No, brother, you got an awesome hot rod, man.
I appreciate that, Scotty. I'm real proud of it, and I rub it in on everybody with it. I enjoy this car, and I enjoy rubbing it in anyway. It's my way of getting back at all these Chevys and Ford guys. I had a guy in a big block Camaro jumped on me at a cruise-in a couple of years ago, and this car was a bad car, and I thought this guy's going to kill me. And I embarrassed him so bad in front of everybody in the cruise-in that, and I don't normally street race anybody. I wouldn't do it if it wasn't a safe environment. There's nobody on the road. It's just a stretch over where I felt comfortable doing
I
it.
got you.
And I blew him in the dirt, and he's never come back. We've never seen the guy again.
That
He's so
happens.
embarrassed. Yeah.
When you beat somebody up, they don't come back around.
Oh yeah, and people at the cruise in went, don't mess with that AMX, because it's a quick car. It's not the fastest car, but it is one of,
Right.
on the street anyway.
I got you.
This car would run, the way it sits right now, would run easy 10s. It's probably a 9-second car, but it's got a 10-second driver. It'll never be
Right.
9s with me, because you got to take it to the track and dial it in, make it launch, and stuff like that. That's why I was going sideways down the track that time.
Right.
I don't know what I'm not saying I don't know what I'm doing, but it wasn't set up,
Right.
And I figure by the time I get it set up to go straight, I'll probably hit the wall,
Yeah.
or drive it into the ditch and skin it up, or blow it up. So
Right.
I just play with it. It's a race car I drive on the street.
Cool. Well, brother,
It's radical.
I appreciate you giving me some time to look at it.
Thank you, Scotty. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
There you go. Folks, 1970 AMX from World of Wheels 2013. Hope you all have enjoyed it. Have a good day. See ya.